Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, one has had a fantastic Wednesday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson. Let's go and talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your future. But first, before we get into any of that, first off, you know what we do on Wednesday evenings. We have made it halfway through the week, and so let's go on and give a round of applause for that. Halfway through the week, meaning that we only have Thursday and Friday left to go, and we will be at the weekend. But now that that's out the way, if you have not hit the like button or subscribe button yet, make sure you go in and do so. We are at 537 subscribers, trying to get to 600. Again, we are 63 subscribers away from our main goal of 600 subscribers, 63 subscribers away, and we are 13 subscribers away from our halfway point of 550. So we are getting closer and closer. Let's go on now and talk with the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not make it here tonight. Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully one has had a fantastic Wednesday so far. Congratulations making it all the way to the middle portion of the week. Only Thursday and Friday to go. But before we get to Thursday and Friday, we have to talk about the weather first for Wednesday evening first. So looking at the radar right now, there is right now nothing really going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina. If we look at what's going on throughout the entire U.S., we do have some rainfall for like New York going into Pennsylvania, maybe even Maryland and Virginia, West Virginia and Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana also getting some rainfall, as well as Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, and even Missouri is also receiving some rainfall down in Louisiana and the Four Corners region going into Nevada and Texas right now as we speak. If we go into cloud cover, we do have some cloud cover right now. That cloud cover is moving through, especially that PD region going all the way down to the southern Midlands and the low country. Maybe even the Grand Strand getting in on some cloud cover as well. But the upstate's looking relatively clear. And even the northern Midlands as well, central Midlands as well, looking kind of clear right now. As we go into our cloud cover for the future, you can see as we go on and push this forward that cloud cover will continue to kind of make its way still over the low country in the Grand Strand region. And then as the upstate starts to make its way with some cloud cover up there like in the far upstate. And this is 7 o'clock in the morning right here. When I do my morning forecast update, you can see that there is still some clear spots going on in like the middle of South Carolina, and continuing this forward even more all the way into tomorrow afternoon. That cloud cover starts to recede a little bit near the coastal region, but get a lot more active up there in like the upstate of South Carolina. But still, cloud cover will still be visible for a lot of regions. It just will not be as prominent as it was like it is right now. So this is like right now all the way, and this is tomorrow, like afternoon. As you go into our current temperatures right now, 82 in Columbia as well as 82 in Sumter, 82 in Orangeburg as well as 81 in Somerville and Georgetown, 81 in Murrells Inlet as well as 81 in Myrtle Beach, 80 in Conway as well as 81 in North Myrtle Beach, 82 in Charleston as well as 82 in Spartanburg, 82 in Lawrence, and 83 in Greenville, 81 inside of Gaffney as well as 81 in York and Rock Hill. We also have 83 in Augusta as well as 82 down there in Beaufort. Low temperatures for tonight, 74 in Greenville as well as 74 in Spartanburg, 73 in Rock Hill as well as 73 in Winsboro, 74 in Columbia as well as 75 in Orangeburg, 75 in Moncks Corner as well as 79 in Charleston, 75 in Walterboro as well as 78 in Hunan, and 78 also in Myrtle Beach, 76 in Georgetown. And you can see those coastal regions where you can see it's in the white, that's temperatures around 80 degrees. So there will be some low temperatures tonight that do not get below 80 degrees, especially obviously near those coastal regions. So we will not get below 80 degrees for some reason near the coastal region. So it's going to be a very warm night for a lot of us, if you're near the coastal region, that is. As you go into our rainfall, look at this. A lot quieter than usual. Only 1/100 of an inch to 1/10 of an inch for places like Greenville and Spartanburg. And you have a couple of places here and there, like parts of the low country, upstate, northern PD region as well. But overall, 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch is possible. But it looks like that main area will kind of be more scattered out, not really too widespread. So a bit of a break in terms of that scattered to widespread rainfall throughout the entire state, according to this info that we have right here from 8 p.m. Wednesday to 8 p.m. tomorrow. As we go into the SPC outlook, you can see that there is no severe weather that is expected as we move through. If I go in and check out what's the new updated one, they did just update it. Here it is right here. You can see that the new one has pretty much thunderstorms that are possible up there in the upstate. Like I said, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, Clemson, Gaffney's included in there as well. All these places have that chance for a thunderstorm as we move through tonight. But for right now, it's looking like that everyone else not really in that thunderstorm risk anymore. Tomorrow, Thursday, July the 17th, everyone has the ingredients for some thunderstorms tomorrow. And same thing for Friday as well. Everyone in the entire state of South Carolina does. In terms for excessive rainfall, looking at it, this is day one right here, going from tonight going into tomorrow. You can see that there is no excessive rainfall that's going through tonight. As you go into tomorrow, same thing. Tomorrow, Thursday, going into Friday morning, nothing there. Friday morning going into Saturday morning, you can see that we have a little bit more of a minor flood threat or an isolated flash flood threat going from Greenville, going into Greer, Spartanburg as well, going into Clemson and Clover, South Carolina, Tega Cave, Fort Mill, South Carolina as well. And then from Saturday going into Sunday, you see that minor flooding again possible going in from those same regions, from Greenville to Spartanburg to Rock Hill, all the way over here to Bennettsville, Chesterfield, Dillon, Lewis, and Mullins are also all included in there as well. And then day 5, Sunday going into Monday, again, just that another risk of minor flooding up here. Walhalla and Pickens, South Carolina is included in that for Sunday going into Monday. No slight risk though, only the green, the marginal risk. So that's the isolated flash flood risk. Let's go on now and look at the models. So we're going to start off here. Let me go and get that pulled up over there. But this starts off right here at 9 o'clock p.m. where you can see there was not a lot of stuff going on. But look at this. By the time we get to around 12 o'clock in the morning, there will be some showers that maybe start to fire up by the time we get to that time frame. Even when we get to around 3 to 4 a.m., look at these showers and downpours that's going on up there inside the upstate of South Carolina. And that's going to continue as we go all the way to 8 to 9 a.m. until it finally dissipates. And look at the rest of the state. We're looking dry, 12 p.m. going all the way to 1 p.m. And even by the time you get to around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. though is when you start to see some shower activity start to pop up, like inside the portions of the low country. But again, that was expected, as you saw if you saw the map earlier. And if you just continue, we're not seeing that widespread rainfall and thunderstorm activity that we've been seeing. So a little bit of a break from the whole widespread shower and thunderstorm activity that we've been seeing pretty much every single day. So we can take it for now, but we'll look at the drought monitor tomorrow and really see if we need more rainfall or not. Continuing through though, you can see by the time we get to around 2 a.m. on July 13th or July 18th, not 13th, you can see that again it's looking a lot more dry. And then once you get to around even to 1 to 2 p.m. is when those showers and thunderstorms start to fire up again, which is that normal time. But the main takeaway from this should really just be it's not going to be as scattered / widespread tomorrow for rainfall than it usually is. It's going to be more on the isolated side. So that's it for the models there. Let's go on and talk about the long term. So we're going to start off here 48 hours out, starting off at 2 p.m. where we just ended off. Which let me go on and get the new one. Here we go right here. Rainfall continues to move, and we continue to move this forward. Rainfall continues through that everyday pattern. Again, we might see some breaks like we will see obviously tomorrow. But for right now, it's looking like that we're still going to be pretty active, especially going into like July 22nd. Like you can see here, there's a lot of rainfall that could potentially move through as a little storm system might try to move through. And, we'll check for that as we go through, even through the 25th as well, and maybe even through the 26th as well. And we'll watch as that moves its way off through the 28th and the 29th. And once we get to around the 29th, we really can't go any further because, after this is really just la la land and just making up stuff at this point. But it's just showing honestly a little bit of a decrease, if not around the same amount of activity that we've seen most of July. But you can see we make it all the way into August now, so we're really about to get in. We're really pretty much already halfway through July, but we're really starting to get into that later portion of July now. Let's go on now and look at the tropics. So you can see here that we do have this area right here that we're still watching for over here near Alabama and Mississippi. But let's go on and read what the discussion says. It says this is for Invest 93. Surface and radar observations indicate that a westward moving broad area of low pressure continues to be located near the coast of the western part of the Florida Panhandle. The associated shower and thunderstorm activity remains disorganized and located south to southwest of the center. This system is forecast to continue moving west across the northern portion of the Gulf tonight and is expected to reach the Louisiana coast by Thursday. So it is expected to reach the Louisiana coast by Thursday. If this system moves far offshore, environmental conditions could appear conducive for additional development and generally just favorable. A tropical depression could form over the next day or so before it moves fully inland by the end of the week. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall could produce localized flash flooding over portions of Florida tonight and continuing for portions of the north central Gulf Coast from Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana through Friday. For additional development or for additional information, it just says refer to your local National Weather Service office. So for right now, again, no threat for South Carolina, but it does have a 40% chance of forming during the next 48 hours and a 40% chance over the next 7 days. But most likely, it's not going to be here for another 7 days and might not even be here for another 48 hours. Like, this is kind of its do or die moment right here. If it does not turn into a tropical depression, it's not going to really be anything. And it's just a little tropical disturbance. So it really just has to form here if it wants to really get going. It's going to have to go offshore a lot more, and it's going to have to start to get going now, because if it doesn't, it won't turn into anything that will really be worth watching like that. But that's it for the tropics. Let's go on and look at the crazy score. We're at a 22. So the mild category for tonight. So obviously a calm night. Obviously, we just talked about that shower and thunderstorm activity up there in the upstate. That is most likely going to happen tonight. But other than that, everyone else will most likely be clear. As we continue on going into our next area, there is no drought monitor tonight, so that will be the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Trill starts off and says, hi, Joseph, hello to you. Lovely day here, more work outside today. Thank you so much for the weather update, saying how it was lovely over there where you were, and glad you got some more work outside done. Mr. Chris says, good evening, JP, and everyone. Hope your day went well. Can you check on the tsunami? Yes, that thing, the tsunami warnings got downgraded to an advisory, and now they completely dropped the advisory as well. So no damage, nothing life-threatening for that occurrence up there in Alaska, but definitely did cause a scare up there. But for right now, nothing life-threatening, and I think that they have canceled all the warnings and advisories and stuff like that, so everything should be fine up there. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. My Nana says, hello, Jay. Hello to you. Sad says, good evening, just like, how was your day? I trust all is well. All is well. Thank you so much for asking. Mr. Chris says, woohoo, and Trail says, right, I don't wake up until Wednesday for the week. Once I usually get past that Wednesday part of the week, that's when I can just start being like, okay, well, it's almost done. Because once you get through Monday and Tuesday, once you get up, it's Tuesday, you be thinking, okay, well, it's like Thursday or something like that, but it actually is still Tuesday. But then once you get to like Wednesday or Thursday, you start thinking that it's earlier parts of the week. It's weird. But glad that it is Wednesday. My Aunt Shirley says, good evening to all. Hot and humid in Raleigh again today. Thank you so much for that weather update, and good evening to you. And then Mr. Michael says, good evening, just a good evening to you. Hopefully you enjoyed an awesome day. I did. Thank you so much for asking. And that is it. So, nothing else inside the chat that I can see of right now. Oh, yes, Mr. Chris did say, please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you have not already. Make sure that you go on and do so. We've had 22 people tune in, and we only have 8 likes. That is right now, or well, now 23. That is 15 people that have not hit the like button yet. So if you have not done so already, make sure that you go on and do so. Let's go on now and talk about the 3 locations outside of South Carolina, that being San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. 2 out of the 3 that I know of is here tonight, unless the other one is out or not typing. But for right now, the majority is here. That's a great thing to know. Starting off with San Antonio first, with low temperatures tonight 74, high temperatures tomorrow 97, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 74. There is no precipitation that is expected right now, and no excessive rainfall, no severe weather, no nothing. So you're good. It's going to be nice and dry over there for pretty much a good amount of like the next, probably for throughout the week. Because if I continue through, I mean, honestly, I don't see just any lick of precipitation that's expected through the next 7 days. Now, obviously, that will change, but you're about to go through a dry period over there in San Antonio where you don't see rain for a good little bit. Which for some regions, again, that's good, especially for portions of central Texas, but for the areas that did not receive the huge flooding and need the rainfall, that's not a great thing. Raleigh is the next location with low temperatures tonight 75, high temperatures tomorrow 94, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 78. No precipitation is expected tonight, and a slight chance of thunderstorms tomorrow during the day. Tomorrow night, there is no precipitation at all for tomorrow night. For excessive rainfall, there is a chance for some minor flooding from Friday going into Saturday. So some minor flooding is possible on those days. And if you go to the SPC Outlook and see if you have any sort of severe weather, from what I'm seeing right now, there is no severe weather that is expected. And then Philadelphia being the last one, low temperatures tonight 75, high temperatures tomorrow 92, and low temperatures tomorrow night 76. Showers are likely tonight, and a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow and tomorrow night as well. Severe weather, you do have a low chance for some severe weather on Thursday. Some isolated severe storms with some damaging wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour possible. Again, very isolated in nature. Is possible on Thursday. And in terms of excessive rainfall, there is indeed a chance for some excessive rainfall, not only tonight, where you do have the chance for some scattered flash flooding tonight, but also on Saturday and Sunday as well. You do have some more minor flooding that's possible on Saturday and Sunday. So that's it for our locations, 3 locations outside of South Carolina. Let's go on now and talk about what's going on with the entire U.S. Widespread showers and thunderstorms are likely from northeast New Mexico, southeast Colorado, going all the way eastward into central plains through the central Appalachians. A slow-moving low to bring heavy rainfall to the central Gulf Coast into the weekend as well. Dangerous heat is also expected from the lower Mississippi Valley, from Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, eastern Texas as well, and maybe even into the mid-Atlantic, like we were just talking about, Virginia or Philadelphia, but also going to like Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, and even going up into New York City, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire as well. Also, some heat's also going on out there in Washington as well, going up near Seattle, and then also inside of Oregon as well, where it's going to get hot up there as well. And I believe that, one more thing. There's going to be some flash flooding that will be likely as you move into the western portion of Louisiana. That's like Lake Charles and Lafayette, Louisiana as well. That's the main area that we'll get. And that's that low pressure that's going to move up towards Louisiana as you move in on Friday going into Saturday morning. So Friday morning at 9 a.m. through Saturday morning at 9 a.m., flash flooding will be an issue for sure in southern Louisiana, just to the west of Baton Rouge and south of Alexandria. But I believe, so if you know anybody inside of those areas, let them know that that is on the way for them, and that they need to be prepared for the worst case scenario just in case. Let me go in and check out the chat. I don't see anything else inside of the chat, so I'm going to assume that that is all for tonight. Let me go in and refresh. Don't see anything else. Top fans for tonight. There will no longer be any ties. By the way, ties for first place. You just be first, second, and third from now on. Mr. Chris got first. Trail got second. And then my aunt Shirley got third. Thank you to the three of y'all for being the top 3 fans for the night. If you want to be a top fan for the night, you can. You just have to be active inside the chat. Have to be typing. Obviously, hit the like button as well, and your rank will pretty much go up by time the stream keeps going. So make sure that you go in and do so as well. And also, if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, make sure that you go in and do so. We're at 538. Thank you to whoever that was that just hit the subscribe button. Let's give a round of applause to them real quick. 538 subscribers now, so we are now 12 away from our halfway milestone of 550, and then 62 away from our main goal of 600. Let's go in and get there. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Thursday morning forecast update, and everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.